we've talked some college football. I think we should talk some NFL.
Yeah.
Danny Graves, are you a big fantasy guy, by the way?
Yes, I am. Did I
Okay.
say that out loud? Okay.
Yeah. You should join our fantasy football league. I'm trying to get these guys on it. Okay, now today I'm doing the Friday 5 fantasy players to avoid. I went through the sleepers earlier this week and last week, but there's some players that you need to stay away from. Let's start with Clyde Edwards-Helaire with the Chiefs. He has just not lived up to the expectations after being drafted in 2020. He has missed 10 regular season games and has yet to produce a top 20 fantasy campaign. Now, even more concerning, in the playoffs, last year, he was out-snapped by his backup Jerick McKinnon. So that's concerning, not to mention the young talent in Ronald Jones II, excuse me, also in the backfield. So listen, I would maybe take him as a flex if you wanted to, but he's been disappointing for all the fantasy football managers out there. So I just wouldn't even bother with him if we're being honest. Okay, number 4, Tyreek Hill. Now, I know a lot of people, they're going to be like, oh, why are you saying him? Okay, so he's one of the most explosive wide receivers in all of football, okay? He would finish as top 8 wide receiver in 4 of his last 6 seasons, but he's coming off a bit of an odd year. Dip in scoring, but a career high in targets and receptions. Consistency is my big concern from him. 7 games with less than 50 yards receiving. Now he went to Miami, and when they're paying him that much money, you know he is going to get a lot of targets. My concern here, Tua Tagovailoa is not Patrick Mahomes. Tua has been struggling. Now, I said he is a sleeper here. There's potential that Tua could get something going, but he is only successful if Tua gets the ball in his hands. Now, if things don't click for Tua under center, then I just don't think Tyreek Hill is worth drafting. I'm sorry, Dolphins fans. Okay, number 3, Adam Thielen. It's crazy that I'm saying that he is a bust because he has been solid, but he has yet to finish in the top 20 fantasy wide receiver in half of his games for the 2nd straight season. Now, not to mention he had a bunch of ankle injuries last season, and he is 32. His age may be catching up with him. He posted his lowest PFF receiving grade and yards per route since he first became a starter in 2016. Can't read my writing here. And Justin Jefferson is just really ascending on that Vikings team, so I would rather take Justin Jefferson over Adam Thielen. DeAndre Hopkins, he just has a bunch of red flags, all right? He's missing the first 6 games because he was suspended for PED stuff. He has been known for injuries, and last year he just wasn't performing as well as he has been in the past and throughout his football career. I would just stay away from him. I would go with Marquise Brown. He came from the Ravens. I just think he's a better choice. And finally, DK Metcalf, their quarterback situation. I mean, he just excelled with Russell Wilson under center. They have Geno Smith. I don't see him shaking his head here. Geno Smith, and they have Drew Lock. I'm just not confident that these guys can get the ball to DK Metcalf, so I think he is going to really digress here. So it's not going to be good for DK, but those are my 5 guys to really stay away from in your fantasy football drafts.